This is color app data. We're going to start the trail until we see that some data has been produced. So I start the trail. Now I can advance by 9, but I know that it created data and then did a halt. So I'm going to advance to the halt. Here's where it halted. And yes, it was creating this value list which breaks the colors down into the single digits for each of the 8 values in a color. Well, let's go to data. And we're going to go to work list. And then we're going to go to value. Well, here's value. Now, we go through value and we find here 990. That's the yellow color. Notice all the other digits for the color are 0. Then we go looking for the next color, and here we find 900. That's red, but all the other values are 0. Then we move on again, and we find a 6 for green. All the other values are 0. Then we go again, and we find an 8 for blue. That's for canvas 4. That's what it did here. It created these single values for each digit in the colors. All right, we're going to return and data. Well, let's advance again to the next halt and see what data was created. We advance. Now we see all the values here have been entered. Let's see what we can look for. Well, here there's data at page F at 2702 that says it's all these numbers being placed here as text. Well, let's go to data. Now, that said it was page F. That's an app page. So we're going to go down here to page F. And then we're going to look for where it said to go to, 2702. Oh, yep, there they are. There are all the characters that it showed on this, across the screen there, 32 times from the top to the bottom. All right, we'll return from there. Well, let's see if we can find some other things. Well, we can go back 9 and see if we find something else. Ah, here it also page F again, which is text, but now it's at 2688. Well, let's go to data again. Oh, we are at data. We go to page F again. Page F. Now we're down here. 2688 where it says dual type. Each one of these rows is 128 long. So at 128 more, there's dual red, then dual green, then dual blue, then transparent, then red, then green, then blue. All right, that's that data. Well, we'll return to there, and we'll turn data off this time. Well, let's advance again to another halt. We advance again. Now we see things over here that were created, the X values and the Y values. Well, let's go to data and look at them. They're work lists, and here is X values. All right, now, if you remember, we created 800 random X values, and also at the end of the 800, we put the beginning values again. Well, here we see the beginning value 397, 895. Well, let's see if we can get to 800. Well, here's 800, and there they are, 397, 895. And the reason that we continue on at the end of the 800 with the beginning is because when it's doing its work, it starts at 800 and then continues on to do the other ones, the XY values. So they have to be put here at the end. Otherwise, we would have to wrap it back to the beginning every time. Does it wrap back to the beginning? Does it wrap back to the beginning? But if we do it this way, using the value created by tick that goes from 0 to 799, we don't have to worry about the fact that we need to wrap around because we put the beginning at the end. Well, we know that every canvas has these random X and Y values, but they're 1,000 values apart in the list called X values. So let's see if we can get to 1,000. Oh, a little too far. There. Here's 1,000. So this is the second list of X values, but it's for canvas 3. The first one was for canvas 2, and here's where it ended. This is the random X values for canvas 3. And if we could find offset 2000, and here it is, these are the random X values for the blobs for canvas 4. Alright, we'll turn the data off. Well, let's look here for other things. Here is the patterns. These are the patterns for the blobs. Well, they are in this list called pattern. Well, we'll go back to data. We'll return this back to work list called pattern. There it is. Go to pattern. Well, let's go to the beginning of pattern. Here we see a pattern for a blob at offset 0, another pattern for a blob at offset 100, 200, 300. We know there's 100 of them. So they're going to go, and we're clicking near the end here. Here's the last one at 9,900. So we have all these blob patterns in this list called pattern, which is, as it says here, 10,000 values long. So it could hold 100 patterns, each of 100 in length. Alright, so now we looked at the patterns. Alright, we're turning data off. Let's see, we advance 9 more and see if there's something we want to look at. The colors. Each pattern has, well, each canvas, has a different color. So let's see. We'll go to data. We'll leave here and go back. And we'll look for color. There it is. We'll click on color. We have to go to the beginning of it. Our position pole here has changed. Here are the colors. Here, pattern, canvas 1. The background is yellow. It's 990. Canvas 2 is 900 red. Canvas 3 is 60 green. And canvas 4, color value is 8, which is a blue. Alright. That's the end of data for the Color app.